Very good afternoon, and thanks for clicking on to the Friday edition of Vogan's European Outlook. Current temperatures across the UK, nothing really to write home about. It looks as if we've got 21, perhaps 22 Celsius as a maximum temperature within the British Isles as at the time of recording, which is about just after 10 to 4 in the afternoon. What a difference compared to this time back 7 years ago, where we've seen the temperature reach a record-breaking 36.7 Celsius at Heathrow to the west of London. That was, at the time, the hottest July day on record, surpassing the record set back in 2006 at Northolt. And, we've seen temperatures as high as 28 at Altnahara, 29 at Aviemore, 29.4 at Kinloss, as you can see here. But the temperatures really anywhere from the Wash down to Greater London was in the mid-30s this time 7 years ago, and it is a very stark contrast indeed to the month of July. So the opening day of July, running actually slightly below average. This is the temperatures of CDAS, the temperature normally, should I say, for the first day of July 2022. Colder than normal across Iberia, France, Low Countries, much of Germany, much of the UK and Ireland. But we've got this slice of warmer than normal, exceptionally warmer than normal across central portions of Sweden and Finland, as you can see here. Very cool compared to normal, if you notice, over Western Russia, extending down into Turkey, as you can see. Looking at the jet stream chart, this is off the GFS here. This is the global view at the 250 millibars, so that's a jet stream level, of course. And I know it's very hard to see, and I do apologise about that, but generally speaking, at the moment, we've got a cool pocket aloft, plenty of showers, plenty of cool temperatures, or suppressed temperatures at least, with that cold pool aloft and low pressure nearby. We've got an area of high pressure over the central North Atlantic. Eventually, that will move its way into the UK and shutting down the shower activity, and we should start to see an improvement. We should start to see more in the way of sunshine, also warmer temperatures. Are we going to see extreme warmth at this very moment in time? No. If we are going to see anything in terms of proper warmth, proper midsummer heat, it's actually likely to be next weekend. So not this weekend, but possibly towards next weekend. And there is still a lot of uncertainty when it comes to that time frame. Now, of course, yesterday I showed you the potential is there with the Man-Julian Oscillation moving from Indian Ocean into the Western Pacific. If that happens, and I do think it probably will, we will start to shift the upper air pattern over the North Atlantic and over Europe here. As we play through this loop, this jet stream loop, you can see that that area of high pressure starts to kind of, trundle its way towards UK airspace. We'll lose low pressure. It kind of gets deflected a little bit further north, but it's still never too far away. And that is the fly in the ointment. I'll get there eventually. But that will get retreated up to the north. We should start to settle things down. I think Northern Ireland and Scotland always going to be right close to that boundary between unsettled and warmer, drier conditions. As we've seen so far this summer, the further south, the further southeast you go, the better the conditions, the warmer the temperatures overall. Now, looking at, this is off the GFS. This is the 850 temperature anomaly, or no, in fact, actual 850 temperatures, sorry. And you can see here, as we play through the loop, we've got cooler aloft at the moment with low pressure. There's the high pressure and its associated warmth out over the Atlantic, as you can see here. And as we play through the loop, we've got these pulses, these waves of warmer, hotter, moving from Africa across the Mediterranean and into Iberia, as you can see here, and also across much of southern Europe. Notice here, actually, we've really suppressed the temperatures across the north as we push into next week here. So we're starting to lose a lot of the warmth. We're cutting off that African connection with Scandinavia. with low pressure getting a little bit more involved in the northern European pattern, you notice here that some of that warmth lifts up into Iberia, Italy, across much of the southern portion of Europe here. We've still got areas of low pressure kind of riding across the top of that area of high pressure, the UK and that boundary, that fight zone between the two air masses. As we play right the way through in the next weekend, there is a little bit of a window of opportunity for some of that heat to get lifted up towards the British Isles, as you can see here. But notice the position of that area of high pressure centred close to the UK. So therefore, it's not essentially allowing that northward shift in heat. That high has to get to the east of the UK to open the door to that hotter. Notice here, as we go towards the middle portion of the month, we've got warmer air over the British Isles, but the very warm air at 850 is still to the south, but it's edging ever closer to the UK. So it's all about the position of that area of high pressure, area of low pressure up towards Iceland here. That is allowing some of that warmth to come north. But if that area of high pressure over the UK shifts just slightly to the east, combining the high shifting to the east, that area of low pressure over Iceland, could allow some of that heat to get lifted into the British Isles airspace here. Looking at the period as we continue to go forward here, notice that area of low pressure near Iceland then starts to force some of that cooler air back south. But look at that there, folks. The contrast is quite amazing. And this has been the story even during the month of June. This contrast between 850 temperatures at 0 Celsius versus 15, 20, even 25 Celsius at 850 over Iberia. The contrast is pretty amazing, actually. And when you've got this coming together of extremes, there is reason to be optimistic that eventually just that little bit of the correct movement could open the door to some of that extreme heat coming north. I do think we're going to get a surge of hot weather this month. During the month of July, I think there is a good potential that eventually something will allow for this very hot air coming out of Africa, making it up into the British Isles. I think it's a short-lived event, and I think we will continue to see this back and forth fight between fresh Atlantic air and hot African air. The battle continues this summer, and I think it will continue to be the case. But that shift in the Madden-Julian oscillation could be critical in terms of whether we get that heat into the UK. Looking at the ECMWF, this is the 850s again. You can see here that cool pocket aloft over the British Isles. There's these pulses of hot air coming off Africa into the south and southwestern portion of the continent. Area of high pressure, it trundles its way towards the UK, settles things down for a period of time. We've got some of that modest warmth, if you will, moving into the UK, and then at the very end of this loop, there is that question mark as to where that northward push of hot air will go. Will it reach the UK? Will it get slightly deflected by another area of low pressure coming over the top of that high? So very complex setup, that's for sure, and nothing is clear cut, but it certainly leaves reason to be optimistic as we go forward here. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Please drop a comment, please like, please share, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel as well and keep up to date. Hopefully I'll be back again tomorrow with more. Bye for now.